In John chapter 6, Jesus, he says the beautiful phrase, "I am the bread of life." He was letting us know that he is the source of sustaining life and fulfillment. But in that same chapter, Jesus goes on to say something that no one thought was beautiful. In fact, almost everyone was disgusted and deeply offended by what Jesus said next. Jesus went on to say, "Unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you cannot have eternal life within you." And these words sound pretty gross and offensive to us today, but Jesus was talking to Jewish people inside of a synagogue whom God had commanded to never eat or drink anything with blood in it. This was possibly the most offensive thing that Jesus could have said to them. And then Jesus asked these followers, he says, "Does this offend you?" And it says that so many were offended by what Jesus said that they turned away and they stopped following him. And then Jesus, he turns to his 12 closest disciples and he asks them, "Are you going to leave too?" And we live in a time and a culture that does not do well with offense. Particularly in America, if something offends someone, it's voiced loudly and the offender is labeled, or people just simply leave like they did with Jesus. Let me ask, what are you most offended by? Who do you disagree with? Whose beliefs and opinions do you find offensive? And then how would Jesus ask you to respond to that offense? In this passage, it seems that Jesus almost intentionally offended them. But when it did, you see, the offense, it revealed their allegiance and their alliance. They could not follow Jesus past their offense. I believe that sometimes God will actually allow other people and things to offend us simply to test our response. And sometimes he himself, as we saw in this passage, will offend our minds to reveal our hearts. And when our hearts are revealed, Jesus asks us that same question that he asked his disciples. Are you going to leave too? So what are you going to do with your offense? I love Peter's response to Jesus' question. Peter said, "Lord, whom else could we go? Who else has the words of eternal life?" And when our hearts are offended, to whom else can we go to besides Jesus? As believers, we must guard our heart past offense so that we can continue to follow Jesus.